This is the 28th of February, 1976. We're at the home of Delbert Bush on the Lewistown Road in Browns Mills. And he's going to tell me a little bit about things he remembers about, especially about Magnolia area and other parts of Pemberton Township. Delbert Bush, you're how old? 86?
I'll be 86 the 22nd of March.
Mm-hmm. And were you born in Pemberton Township?
Yes.
Whereabouts?
In Magnolia, down near Pemberton.
Mm-hmm. And your father was who?
My father was born in Pemberton Township, too.
And his name was?
Victor Bush.
Victor Bush.
Picture of him here.
Mm-hmm. Oh, my. He's a big, husky man, isn't he? And how about your grandfather? Was he from Magnolia, too? Your grandfather?
Yeah, my grandfather Carpenter. I have one, I think, of him here somewhere.
That was your mother's father?
Yeah.
How about your father's father? Was he born in Pemberton?
He was Canadian.
Oh, was he?
French Canadian.
Mm-hmm.
That's my mother's father.
And was he born from around here?
He was born in Pemberton Township, as far as I know.
And what was his full name?
Charles Carpenter.
Charles Carpenter.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got the boots and whiskers I used to have in that time. Where was his home in Pemberton? Charles Carpenter. Where was his home in Pemberton? In Magnolia?
Magnolia, yeah. Out in Magnolia, you know where Magnolia is?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the sticks.
Did he have cranberries, blueberries, or what did he do?
My grandfather was a man of many trades, scholar of the old school, carpenter, had a sawmill, blacksmith shop. He had a few cranberries too. Mm-hmm. He could do anything. Good butcher, anything come along. Make no difference, he could do it. One of those old, very few of them left now that most of them specialize now. But he could do anything.
Mm-hmm. And this is your mother's father. Do you mind if I write his name on the back?
No, go ahead.
Charles Carpenter, right? Okay. Well, they're two excellent pictures. We may be able to use those. I say they're two very good pictures. We may be able to use them.
Yeah, you can use them if you want to. Like to have them back.
Oh, absolutely. Everything like that's just on loan. Now this is the
old Pig and Whistle Inn.
Pig and Whistle, yes. That is no more. Mm-hmm.
No. There's another one of my father's flower warden.
Now this shows Victor Bush served the state with this fire equipment. This, what do you call this? A pumper? Do you call this a pumper?
Aye.
A pumper? What kind of equipment do you call this? This firefighting equipment?
Well, that's his own make-up, a wagon there, and he used to take that to the woods.
Oh, I see.
A barrel, I guess, on it there. That's what he had years ago. Now they have all kind of equipment.
Mm-hmm. It says here the fire wardens relied on passers-by to give the alarm. Then each man hitched his horse to his wagon and hurried to the blaze. Civil service would have been an unknown term to Vic. He operated at his own risk, prompted primarily by a desire to protect the woodlands in his area. This is from a newspaper called the Service Jubilee Supplement, November 29th, 1958. 50 years ago, he used this. That would have been 1908.
There's something might be of interest in the history of Old Long's Hat.
Long's Hat.
I remember when there was a house down, I think that tree standing yet. You've heard of Long's Hat.
Yes. Craggy oak tree marks what was once Ong's Head. So you have one there of Pemberton Station, too. Oh, this is Brown's Mill Station. Yes, I have seen that picture.
I worked in that station.
Did you?
Yeah, yeah. I guess I worked in all the stations in Pemberton Township.
Mm-hmm. This is a picture of the Brown's Mills Station in 1906. The Brown's Mills branch line first operated August 1890 and final abandonment came October 25, 1925. The branch line running into Brown's Mills abandoned October 1925. Auto belonging to J.B. Riley. Conductor on platform is Frank Johnson of Pemberton. Station wagon is from the inn. I wonder if do they mean the Pemberton Inn? Do they mean the station wagon is from the Pemberton Inn?
Yes.
It says the inn. This horse and wagon here is from the inn, it said. Do you remember that?
Yeah, yeah.
Or was that before your time?
Remember the inn? Yeah.
No, I mean, remember when the inn had a horse and wagon coach?
Oh, I remember when that was taken there.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember when that was taken. I knew the old station agent, and I knew that conductor.
And you were a station agent, weren't you?
Yeah. Yeah, I worked for the railroad 30 years.
Mm-hmm. And I understand you were at Upton Station?
I worked from 1907 up till 1941 for the railroad.
How long were you at Upton?
20 years.
20
at
years?
Upton. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 20 years. Quite a little business there those days. Mr. White had cranberries, sawmill there.
Who owned the sawmill?
Who run it?
Who owned it?
Well, at that time, a Natural Resources Development Company run it. It's gone now.
National Resources Development Company.
Yeah.
Where were they from?
I think they were from Philadelphia.
And do you know who operated the mill? Was that somebody you knew?
Who
Who operated it?
Oh yeah, I knew some of the people in there operated. They're gone now.
And who were they?
I know a man by the name of Sloan, William Sloan. He was a sawyer.
Mm-hmm.
And a man by the name of J.L. Deal. He was superintendent of the company.
Mm-hmm. What else do you remember about Upton Station?
Well, I remember they built Route 70 across there, and they finally closed the station about a year later. I was the first and last agent there. They opened up the station September 1913. They closed it in February 1933. Then I was transferred.
Mm-hmm.
Quite a nice business years ago, railroading.
Did most of the farmers use the railroads to ship things or not? Did the farmers use the railroads?
At Upton,
Well,
there was no farmers up there. That's all pine land, white sand.
mhm.
It was a little gravel shipped out and lumber.
Gravel and lumber?
White's Bog shipped the cranberries from there.
Mhm.
Mr. Reeves, and we shipped out quite a little lumber. About 100 cars of cranberries a year. Now that's all done away with.
How about the other stations where you worked? Did the farmers use those very much?
Oh yes, yeah. Yeah, I worked at some stations. Well, South Pemberton used to be used pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Pemberton, I worked in Pemberton Station. Farmers bring in their milk, and it was pretty busy there.
I know the North Station, they shipped milk.
They had a milk train.
Mhm.
The milk train started up around Lewistown, came down, picked up the car, Pemberton, and 8-10 carloads of milk when they arrived in Camden.
So both the north and south station were used? Both north and south stations were used by farmers?
Yeah.
Were there any other growers besides White who used Upton Station?
Any what?
Growers? Cranberry growers?
Yeah, Mr. Reeves, William Reeves, Charles Pittman. Mr. Reeves shipped quite a few. I guess you've heard of him.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's the fellow that taught me telegraphy.
Oh, he is?
Mr. Reeves, one of the best friends I ever had.
And now his first name was, what was his first name?
William H. Reeves. He has a son in Pemberton now, Arthur Reeves. He has a daughter, Mrs. Ross in Pemberton. He has a son in New Lisbon, Milton Reeves.
Tell me a little bit more about Victor Bush, your father.
Well, my father was warden on the Lebanon State for the New Jersey for about 25 or 30 years. He retired on a little pension. He had a sawmill. My father had a little sawmill. He had cranberry bogs. And he was a township committeeman here 37 years until he died. And my father, I don't say it caused my father, but quite a man. Raised a big family.
How many children were there?
My mother had 10 children, and there's five of them living now. I have a brother at Magnolia has a turkey farm. I guess you've heard of the turkey farm.
That's Francis Bush.
And he has blueberries. Francis Bush has blueberries. He was up here yesterday to see me.
Was he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the one told me to call you.
Yeah. Yeah, my father used to do a little farming. He was a man of the soil. And I think he was as well acquainted with the woods as most men around. He knew the cornerstones up in the woods of most of the properties.
Now, just where was his property located? Just where was his property located?
My father? Well, you know where the firehouse is in Magnolia? Right across the road from that. He owned quite a little bit of land in there. He'd buy land, buy it in back of him, each side of him, front of him. Didn't want people to get too close. He said it saved trouble.
Yeah.
I guess he was right.
Yeah.
He wasn't so off, I think.
Do you know what year he was born?
I can tell you.
Okay.
I think the Bible in there, see if I can get it from the Bible.
Fine. Now, your father was born when?
October 3rd, 1866.
That's Victor Bush.
And my mother, July the 17th, 1872.
And her maiden name was Carpenter.
Carpenter, yeah.
Now, I guess you wouldn't know when Charles Carpenter, your grandfather,
No, I wouldn't know that, but he died in 1928, and I know that.
Did he die here in this area? Was he in Pemberton when he died?
Yeah, Magnolia. He died in Magnolia. Yeah.
That's right after the Civil War.
It's my wife's Bible. She died about 17 or 18 years ago. There's a family.
10 children, did you say? How many children?
10 of them.
10.
There's some of my mother's writing, getting pretty well faded. She was in her 80s when she wrote that.
That's very good writing for 80s.
Yeah, she was a pretty good pensman.
Were you the youngest child? Were you the youngest?
Oldest.
The oldest? How were you?
Four of them gone, five of them gone. I don't know what the good Lord's keeping me for. The good deeds I had done, or to atone for the bad ones.
Can't find the next, you must have them there first. He has them here.
Now, this is New Lisbon Station here, isn't it? New Lisbon Station.
Yeah, that's Mr. Reeves and me when I was a student.
William H. Reeves
Yeah.
died in 1958.
He become president, Pemberton Bank, county clerk.
And there's something we've been looking for. We've been trying to get a good picture of South
That's a pretty
Pemberton.
good picture.
Yes. Do you know who the people are there? It says Mutt Jeff and Happy Hooligan. Do you know who they are?
Yeah. That's Mr. Kramer, Benjamin Kramer. That's Elmer Haynes. A little short fellow's me.
Oh, for goodness sake. Do you mind if I write the names on the back?
Yeah, go ahead.
This one is Benjamin Kramer, right?
No, the middle one's
Oh,
Mr. Kramer.
okay.
I think his widow's living yet. I'm not sure in Pemberton. He's been dead a few years. A mighty nice man he was.
Yes.
Yeah, that's Elmer Haynes. That's Benjamin Kramer.
And you.
And that's me.
Mhm. How old do you think you were there? How old do you think you were there?
When I was there, about 22 years old.
So you can tell just about when this picture was taken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was taken in about 1912 along there.
Now this is a picture of the old Magnolia schoolhouse. It looks like a dwelling. Looks like someone lives there now.
That's just as it looks now. This front part has been added on.
Well, does someone live there now?
Oh, I think so, yes.
I
I don't
see.
know who. My sister owned it for a long time. They sold it. Her husband died and she sold it.
I didn't realize it was still standing.
Yeah. It looks better than it did the day I went to school in it.
That's a one-room schoolhouse, I guess.
Yeah.
Who was the teacher? Do you remember who the teacher was?
I remember 2 or 3 teachers I had.
Who were they?
I had a fellow by the name of Mr. Garrison. He had to become a lawyer. Miss Sherman. Miss Nixon.
Did any of them come from this area?
Mr. Nixon and Miss Nixon did. Miss Powell did.
Powell?
Powell, her name was Powell, Ben Powell's daughter. I think Miss Sherman was up in, around Englishtown near Freehold. And she was a nice teacher. I just get ashamed of myself when I played her.
You were ashamed of yourself, what?
Ashamed of myself because I played her.
You appointed her.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
I was ashamed of myself because I had the devil her.
Oh, you were a tease, in other words.
Yeah. Just about like the rest of them. And she was so nice.
What did you used to do?
Oh, take like a little pond out in front of the schoolhouse. We were out there one day and got a frog. She had a desk that they'd drop, put it in the desk. She opened it, the frog jumped out. Here I. Another time, we borrowed her watch. to go skating.
Borrowed her watch?
Yeah, the ladies watch. We sit back an hour, skated an hour longer. Boy, did
You
she
said
gave-
it back an hour.
What they will do.
Was that ice skating?
Yeah.
Where did you
Used
skate?
to on Cranberry was. That used to be quite an industry around Pemberton, Magnolia, but shot to pieces now, the Cranberry business. I knew those people, Mr. Bud, and those people, all those older people in Pemberton.
Do you remember anything about Pointville?
A little bit, yes.
What do you remember?
I remember was a few houses there. And there was a saloon there.
Do you know who owned the saloon?
Who owned it? A man by Mr. Lemon here owned it one time.
Mr. Lemon?
Yeah, Mr. Lemon. Now I have a picture somewhere of the old Pointville church. I'm pretty sure I do. And that church stood there, you know, for a good many years. And at one time there was a post office at Pointville. And I don't know too much about it, it became kind of a bottleneck. The government took it over. Oh, I guess there was probably 6 or 8 houses there in the saloon.
No stores?
Must be getting warm hot off with me. I'm gonna turn this.
I'm not sure about a store. I didn't get around there too much.
What's that church?
That's the Magnolia church, the one that burned down.
Oh, this is the old one. Do you know approximately what year it burned?
No, it was in the early 30s. I think sometime to see Charlie Lynch, he might tell you. Might be in the church records. I think he has some of the church records. You know Charlie Lynch, Magnolia?
Well, I know of him.
Yeah.
Here's
Yes.
my granddaughter's graduation picture. She'll graduate in June.
Oh, that's nice.
That's the one I raised when she came to Germany. I took her when she was 5 years old. She's been with me ever since.
That's really nice. I was talking to your brother, Francis Bush, and he said he was born in that house where your father lived, across from the, my throat's not good today, across from the Magnolia Road Fire Company. And he was born in that house, and
Yeah.
I wondered if you were also.
No,
No?
I was born up the road a little ways further, about a half a mile up, in my grandfather's house, my mother's old home.
Oh, I see.
And a fellow by the name of Stanley Sweet lives there now. My brothers all know where it is. On up a little ways further on the right-hand side.
Another thing I wanted to ask you was, what was your mother's first name?
Anna Carpenter.
Anna Carpenter.
Yeah.
Okay. I was told to ask you a little bit more detail about the businesses as you remember them, like the old sawmills. Do you remember any detail about the sawmills?
Up the sawmill? My father's mill, you mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he had that the last few years he lived. That was right near the homestead there where Francis lives, on the other side of the road. And he owned woodlots and carted in there and had it sawed. He had a pretty nice business there when he died. He sawed pine and cedar. He made siding and uprights, shingles.
That's the kind of thing we needed to know.
He started that, he told me. He says, I won't make no money for a year or two, but after that I will, and he did.
Oh, you remember when he started it?
Well, Well, he died in 1937, maybe about 1930 he started it. He had it the last 7 or 8 years he lived, I
see.
think.
What kind of skills would a man need to work in there? What kind of skills would a man need to work in the sawmill?
What kind of skill? Well, some of them, they had to have a man who knew pretty well about sawing. That's to keep the tracks level. If you didn't keep the tracks level, your boards wouldn't be uniform. They had to keep that level. They'd have to level once in a while, unless it'd be 1/4 of an inch off on one end, maybe 1/2 an inch. They had to know that and had to know how to file saws, keep the saws sharp and like that. Had to know how to measure lumber. Take lumber is sold like a foot square, and boards. Take a board and put 12 inches wide, 12 inches long, 12 feet. Well, you take a 6-inch, 2x6 they call it. When you had 6 inches there, you had a foot of lumber. That's the way it worked out.
Who did the cutting of the wood? Who did the cutting out of the woods?
Yeah, you bring it in, cut it out of the woods, bring it in. Cedar and pine, some oak like that. Just the general run was usually pine and cedar and little oak.
Did they cut that right in Magnolia, or did they have to go further?
No, they had to go further to get that. They had to go a few miles up in the woods. Some little of it cut in Magnolia, but not much. Most of it carved in a few miles.
Horse and wagon?
Yeah, well, no. Towards the last, they had trucks, carted
Yeah.
the trucks.
By the 30s, I would
Yeah.
guess they would.
Years ago, the old mills around here was horse and wagon. But the last, when my father's time, he had trucks, carted in.
How about other businesses? How about a blacksmith? You said your father was once a blacksmith?
My father, blacksmith?
Yeah.
No,
Well, your
my
grandfather. Your
was.
grandfather.
Yeah, he was a blacksmith, good butcher, sawyer, carpenter, he even make a pair of shoes. Do anything that man could.
Well, he must have had all kinds of skills.
Aye.
He must have had all kinds of skills.
Yeah, yeah. Well, a lot of people years ago did. Now they specialize in one thing. And like Pemberton used to be a blacksmith there, he'd shoe horses. My grandfather could shoe horses, put shoes on them, you know. He had to know putting what they were doing there, too.
Where was his blacksmith shop?
Yeah.
Where was that?
In Magnolia at the old homestead, it's not there now. He had a little blacksmith shop there, and he could make most anything, repair it, iron, steel.
Did he have anyone helping him? Was there anyone helping him?
Well, my grandfather always had 2 or 3 men around, chiefly in the sawmill, like that.
Do you remember who they were? Do you remember who they were?
Well, one was his son that helped him. He had a brother helped him, Jim Carpenter. That's been quite a while ago. His brother Sam Carpenter helped him. And then he probably had somebody in the woods.
What would his son's name be?
My grandfather,
His son's name.
first name, Charles Carpenter.
No, his son.
His name was Charles Jr.
Oh, Charles Jr.
Yeah.
And are any of his forebears around here? Or any of his children or other brothers and sisters still living?
I don't get you awful.
I've got the generations mixed, I'm afraid. Are any of his children still living?
I have one aunt, Mrs. Lucy Worrell, in Vincenttown. Another aunt, Mrs. Hazel Powell, also Vincenttown. That's all my grandfather's children living.
And they must be pretty old by now.
Yeah, Aunt Lucy is, I think, 91 years old. Aunt Hazel must be out about 87 or 88. Yeah, they live to be pretty old, those people. They seem to be going pretty good.
I wonder if you could tell me, remember when you were at Upton Station? Could you tell me about a typical day at the railroad station and what you would do on a typical day?
The railroad station?
Yeah, when you were at Upton.
Yeah. I have a picture of that somewhere.
You do?
I think I do have a picture of Upton Station somewhere.
Well, what would you do on a typical day? What time would you start to work, for example?
About 8 o'clock in the morning to about 5:30 in the afternoon.
And tell me what you do all day.
Well, general station work, like freight work, express work, sell tickets, handle trains, do a little telegraphing, few Western Union messages, like that. Even fill the lamps, kerosene lamps, everything from the hand. Some days we were busy, some days didn't have much to do. Take in the fall of the year and up until winter, we were pretty busy.
I think you told me there were as many as 10 trains a day when it was busy. Is that right?
How much?
10 trains a day, is that correct?
How many trains?
10?
Yeah, well, I have saw as much as 20 or 25 trains in night and day. About 10 trains during the day would be right, 10 or 12.
That's at Upton.
Yeah, Upton. Well, I was the first agent there and the last. The only one the station was open 20 years, and the business fell off. And they closed the station.
How about a typical day at the post office when you worked at Browns Mills Post Office? Weren't you the postmaster there for 8 years?
Yeah, well, I go down to work about 7 o'clock, get through about 6, sometime a little later. Got to be pretty busy, that post office, not near as busy as it is now, though. And we did a pretty good business down there. I had one clerk,
Who was that?
Mrs. Norman Harker. She's in Browns Mills. She's still in the post office.
Oh, is she?
She happened to be my wife's niece. She's been in the post office over 30 years.
And what were the years that you were there? What year did you start there?
1936 to about 1943, up until the last of 1943. I was there until I became, and what I thought was ill health, and I guess it was, and I decided it was time to quit. I'd had a good many years inside. I'd had about 36 years inside or better. I got out in the fresh air. Did me a world of good.
I hear your bird over there. Your bird in the cage.
Yeah. Yeah, I liked the post office pretty well. It was nice work. I have a commission in there from President Roosevelt, Frank D. Roosevelt. appointing the postmaster, have commission on the wall in there. We used to get a commission when we were appointed and frame it.
Something else I wanted to ask you about was Lake Pemberton. You know, that Norcross had? Fred Norcross's,
Huh?
remember Fred Norcross's lake there where they dug the sand? It's called Lake Pemberton now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What do you remember about that when you were a boy?
All farmland out there. I was around there the other day. You mean that place right outside of Pemberton? There's,
Where the lake is?
yeah, Pemberton Lake. Just where, I'm not too familiar, just where is Pemberton Lake there now?
Well, it's where they dug the sand.
Oh.
Norcross's sand
Yeah,
hole,
where
they
they
used
got-
to call
yeah.
it.
Sure, I remember that. That was an old sand field. Norcross has sold it. That was an old sand field, and I remember gunning on it. And the woods across from it, we called Smith's Woods. There wasn't anything there, only woods. Now there's, I guess, 75 houses in
Yeah,
there.
that's
Yeah, like,
Oak Pines. Oak Pines, they call it. The development.
yeah, yeah.
And you used to gun there where they dug the sand? You used to gun near there? You used to gun there.
Yeah, used to gun there around there, yeah. Yeah. There's an old house sitting back there. There's a farm in back there. They called it the Horseshoe Farm. That's gone now.
Who owned that? Do you know who owned it?
No, I don't know who owned it.
That wouldn't be Norcross, would it?
But I don't know who owned it, no. But I know I traveled around it and I carted marl out from there. My brother and me used to marl holes back in there. He used to dig marl. I carted marl out from there when I was pretty young. My brother and me. It was called the Horseshoe Farm. And I think all that sand hole was on it at that time. And I don't know who owned it. But I remember my uncle living there, Harry Bush, on the Horseshoe Farm. Yes, I was pretty well acquainted with that.
Well,
The field along the road wasn't any good for farmland much. It was all sort of light yellow sand like on top, wasn't much good. The backfields were pretty good.
what did they raise there? Do you remember what they raised? What did they grow there?
Well, I suppose what was growing there would be like general crops, corn, like that. That's what the most of the stuff was raised around here in those
Well,
days.
do you remember when they started to dig the sand?
No, I don't. I don't know about that. I wasn't around Magnolia too much at that time. Quite a few years later, Fred Norcross sold that. He died here not too long ago. I think Norcross has owned it then. Now it's a pretty nice lake, nice water.
Yeah, it's spring water, isn't it?
Yeah, spring water.
And that just came from their digging the sand out, I suppose, didn't it? The lake just became because they dug the sand out and allowed the springs to come through. Is that correct?
Terrible.
Because of the springs coming. The lake grew because of the springs?
Yeah. Now,
As you remembered, there was no lake there.
oh, I remember when I was like tall. Now, my brother Francis is 20 years younger than me. Now, he may remember when they dug that sand here, but he's been there. Charlie Lynch might remember it. He was there, right near. But I don't know the year, but I remember the place. I remember going out there, and there was a great big hickory nut tree, wild hickory nut tree that large. Us boys used to go out and get hickory nuts. I remember that. Yeah, I was pretty familiar with that.
Did you know any wheelwrights? Did you know a wheelwright? You know, a person that makes wheels?
Person that made wheelwright. My grandfather used to make them. Charlie Carpenter. He made them. He was a wheelwright. He could make a wagon. Yes, he was a genius. Very little book learning, but he had a lot of pretty good sense, common sense.
Sure sounds that way. It sounds as though he could do anything.
Very, very even-tempered. I never heard him swear. I never heard him utter a bad word. My mother was the same way.
I wanted to ask you about J.P. Riley. Did you remember him? He's in this...
No, I didn't know Mr. Riley.
You didn't know him?
No.
I had heard that he
was around here a while, and he did quite a lot to develop the place. But I remember that old railroad station well. But I spent 2 weeks in it.
That's the Browns Mill Station.
Yeah, that's the Browns Mill Station.
Mm-hmm.
That was in the Times Advertiser.
I had heard that he kept moving houses. You know, he'd move houses, great big houses.
Riley did?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe so, I don't know.
You don't remember that?
No, no, I don't remember.
In the Browns Mills area?
No, I don't remember that.
Mm-hmm. I was wondering if you remembered anything about Hanover Furnace.
I remember seeing the big heap of slag there. I think they made cannonballs there during the Civil War. And I guess it was, at that time, I don't remember. I remember when there was 4 or 5 houses there. But I imagine they tell me there was 25 houses. My wife was from there.
Oh, was she?
Yeah. Ella Green, she was from there.
What was her name?
Ella Green.
Ella Green?
Mary Ella Green.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were married about 45 years.
What year were you married?
1912.
Mm-hmm.
1912.
And what were her father and mother's names? Do you know that?
Her father's name was Daniel Green. I think Daniel Green. And her mother's name was Hannah. She was married twice afterwards. She married a man named Faust. But my mother's name at the time, her mother's name at the time she married Faust was Green. She married Daniel Green.
Did her father work at Hanover Furnace?
I don't know. That was quite a few years ago. I think that was during the Civil War, and the remains was there quite a while.
Oh, it was before,
the slag piles.
It wasn't still in use, I guess, during his time. It wasn't still in use.
No.
We're talking now about the New Lisbon, or rather the Magnolia Church, which burned down.
Started from the chimney. They had a chimney came down to the second story, and it became built up with soot. And that'll burn to get so far, you know. That's what burnt the church down. Been there quite a few years.
Do you know about what year that was?
Not exactly, but I think it was 1933. I'm not sure. I imagine Charlie Lynch would have those records.
Yeah. All right. Now you say you know a little bit about the Lebanon Glass Works.
There used to be a glass factory there years ago. And what I remember that, seeing this glass flag around the field, a big lot of it. And that employed quite a few people. That was before my time. But I used to go up there occasionally with my father. He had charge of that tract for the state. He was a ranger there, in the whole field there. And he'd tell me about the factory was there.
He remembered it then.
I think he did, yeah, Lebanon Glass Works.
How would you locate it? How would you locate the Lebanon Glass Works?
How what?
How would you locate it?
Up, drive towards Chatsworth. And most anybody along there can tell you it's up there a few miles. And you'll probably see signs. It's the Lebanon State Forest now. And it's a good big tract. And I haven't been around there. And I think it's a camping then, a little lake on the Lebanon State Forest. Quite a few people go there now.
And that's where the Glass Works was?
Yeah, it was out. And then the Glass Works was there for, I guess, several years.
Did the railroad go near there?
Railroad? Yes, I think it did on the east side. Yeah, Central Railroad. Central Railroad went through it on the east side.
I suppose they shipped all their stuff, elsewhere to Philadelphia or Camden or somewhere.
Huh?
You think they shipped the glass things to the cities?
Well, I don't know I imagine those days whether the railroad was even there or not. I imagine when that glass factory was there, I imagine it was holiday wagons.
Seems so far out, but I guess that was because of the sand. They located it there because of the sand. Just a minute.
Takes certain kind of sand. I think it takes what they call silica sand to make glass. Yeah, and yes, that was there. That's what brought them there. Sand, certain kind of sand.
Yeah, I would like to find out more about that. I don't really know. I guess it's been so long ago now, it's probably lost.
Well, I don't know too awful much, but there's a little graveyard in the woods there. My father knew where that was. Several graves there. He knew where that was. I wouldn't know now because it's been a long time since I've been there.
Would that be along the main road or way back?
It's back a ways.
Back.
Yeah, back a ways.
Must be a road to it, though. There must be a road.
Oh yeah, there's roads to it now. Yeah, oh yeah, there's some pretty good roads. Yeah. Yeah, the state owns a lot of land there now. They've bought a lot of land since. It's a pretty big tract. There's a lot of timber on it. My father living, he could tell you a lot about it.
Yeah. We're talking about, we're South Pemberton Station now.
Siding, we had a boxcar on the siding. And I was working at the desk and I said, Mr. Kramer, 2 or 3 boys out there fooling on the boxcar. He said, well, I'm going to get after them. I looked up in about 30 seconds. I said, there it goes, Mr. Kramer. They'd released the brakes. And the car started down towards the main track. But we had a derail, he threw it off. I can see those boys run across the cemetery yet. You know, Mr. Kramer said, "Not blame boys." How to get the wrecking crew up there to put it on the track?
Oh. Did you know any of the boys?
Too far away though.
Yeah.
Never did anything about it. But those boys were scared.
Oh, I bet.
Well, been a man up on the car, a railroad man. That car had started to move. They knew enough to tighten the brake up, but they didn't know enough to do that. But they knew enough to release the brake, fooling around. That's what boys will do.